Talkshit Radio is a Kennedy Studios Productions. The opinions stated by various contributors to Talkshit Radio and its radio programs are not to be considered as or endorsed by Kennedy Studios Incorporated. Visitors are urged to use their own discretion to draw their own conclusions. All information, products, services, and use of this website is for entertainment purposes only and personal use only. Talkshit Radio Network does not confirm nor deny the validity or accuracy of the information contained within the website or broadcast. Any services or products provided by Talkshit Radio Network and its host contributors should be used solely for entertainment purposes only.
This is Lewis, and you're listening to Talkshit Radio.
You want to get high?
Are you a pothead fucker?
Oh, man. I'm so high right now. I have no idea what's going on.
It's Laura. Let's talk some shit.
My name is Michael Minardi. I'm the campaign manager of Regulate Florida, who's going to be actively seeking to put adult use of cannabis on the 2016 ballot. Why? Regulate Florida. I am putting myself out of a job by doing this. I am a criminal defense attorney. My main practice is representing people arrested of marijuana offenses, and I'm sick of it. These are good, hardworking people whose lives are turned upside down by a cannabis arrest, threat, DCF involvement, or other type of sanctions that is coming against them for using cannabis. We want to bring together the people of Florida. We want all the patients, all the users of cannabis to step up and let their voice be heard. Stop being afraid of being persecuted because of speaking out. We need you to stand up. We need you to help out because we need action right now and not apathy. With doing this, we can change the world and we can change the state of Florida for the better.
Hey, welcome to Talk Shit Radio Network. Talk Shit Radio, of course. I am your host, Lewis Kennedy. Welcome, everyone, to the show. Apologize for last night. I don't know what the fuck happened, but the microphone just wouldn't cooperate with me no matter what I tried to do, no matter how I tried to do it. It wouldn't do it. So I just played a bunch of random shit that I had, and if you don't like it, too fucking bad. I don't care. But anyway, moving on. Got a lot of shit in the news going on, and first thing I always want to start out with is the Florida weather. Headline, according to Bay News 9, says, here's what you need to know about Tuesday's weather and conditions for the rest of the week. It's another chilly day. High temperatures won't reach 60 degrees, and a freeze warning tonight. Meanwhile, there will be plenty of high clouds that continue to stream across the Florida Peninsula Tuesday. In an area of high pressure over the central part of the country continues to build into the region on northerly winds, and north winds will be about 10 to 15 miles an hour. Temperatures will hold on, let me try that one more again. Temperatures will remain below normal, with afternoon high temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. Tonight into Wednesday morning should be even colder as high pressure sinks further southward towards northern Florida. There will be mostly clear skies and lighter winds tonight with patchy frost. A freeze warning is in effect for Citrus, Hernando, and inland Pasco counties late tonight until 9 a.m. Wednesday, there will be several hours of temperatures 32 degrees and below. The lows will be to the upper 20s to low 30s in that area. In other words, it's going to be a frigid son of a bitch here in, this county anyway. And we are going to freeze our asses off. For you southerners that are not used to this cold, you're going to freeze your ass off. For us northerners that are kind of used to this cold, although I've been down here for over 30 years, I don't like it. It's freaking cold. I'm going to freeze my ass off if I go outside right now. Ange, do me a favor. Are you sitting down? I was going to ask you to go look at the temperature gauge on the wall and see what the temperature is right now. Just look at the temperature outside, see what it is here at Kennedy Studios in Hernando County, Spring Hill, Florida. It is 47.9 right here with 63% humidity here in Hernando County, Spring Hill, Florida, which, that's cold. I don't give a shit who you are. It's cold. Got a lot of shit going on in the news. Got a few things to talk about, some little shit to talk about. Normal shit. Trying to get into my phone here, but it's not working. Hold on. Anyway, I'm hoping we got some new people joining us in the chat room tonight. Should be fun. Hear from them. And I got a little free plug that I want to throw out there. And this is from a friend of mine that owns an air conditioning business. Name of the company is AC Magic and Heating. AC Magic Heating and Air, I'm sorry. The phone number is 352-556-5212. They're located at 13440 Chambord Street, Brooksville, Florida 34613. If you're looking for some quality AC work at a real reasonable price, they're the people to call. Go ahead and give them a call. Again, the phone number is 352-556-5212, and I'll go ahead and I'll read that again towards the end of the show. According to the news here, we got city employee hit by vehicle near St. Pete City Hall. That's not a good thing. Whether it was that person's fault or not, it definitely sucks when you hit a pedestrian. Not that I know. I've never hit anybody with my car. Not on accident, anyway. St. Pete police say a city employee was hit with a vehicle and critically injured Tuesday morning. The crash happened in front of St. Pete City Hall, located at 2nd Avenue North and 5th Avenue North, just after 10:30 a.m. Officials say Steve West Milron, 63, was walking north in the crosswalk when he was hit by a southbound 2011 Chevy Cruze that was preparing to turn east on 2nd Avenue. Milron, who is a city water resource employee, was taken to Bayfront Health Center in St. Petersburg in critical condition. Police closed 2nd Avenue North at 1 p.m. for more than 2 hours while they investigated. The road has been reopened. Well, apparently it wasn't his fault because he was in the crosswalk, and I guess the driver just wasn't watching where they're going. Now, I would have to say that they were probably texting and driving and not paying attention to where they were going. That's why they have laws against texting and driving. That's why you don't text and drive. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You got to be a complete moron to do it anyway. So, I mean, what the hell, you know? I mean, let's get some dialogue going in the chat room here. And if you're listening to the show, you jump on the little bubble window down at the bottom of the show, and that'll bring you right into the chat room, and you can join us in the chat. You can talk some shit with us. I'll go ahead and I'll read everything that we talk about in the chat. Let's go ahead and move on to some more news, because I got a lot of news going on here in Florida. A woman's body found in a wooded area in Palmetto. And for those of you that don't know where Palmetto is, it's South Florida by 275 and 75 on the southern side of the Sunshine Skyway Bridge. A homicide investigation is underway after a woman's body was found in Palmetto. The body of a white woman in her 20s was found about 1:30 p.m. in the 8600 block of Bishop Harbor Road, according to the Manatee County Sheriffs. That's near Terra Sierra Preserve State Park. Deputies say there is evidence of foul play, so they are treating the case as a homicide. Anyone information is asked to call the Manatee County Sheriff's Office at 941-747-3011, extension 2519, or Crime Stoppers at 866-634-TIPS. You know, for those of you that don't live in Florida and think that this is a happy place because we got Disney World here, listen, I've said this before. I'll say it again. it's not such a happy place. Don't get me wrong. There's great places here in Florida. There's great towns. There's great places and great towns everywhere. But then there's those wrong side of the tracks. That happens to be probably, well, as far as I know of the area, there's really not much out there. But regardless of the fact, it's just one of those places to where you don't want to be walking around and not knowing anybody, or it's not a nice place. Let me just put it to you that way. On the south side of on the Sunshine Skyway Bridge, there are a lot of those towns that are exactly that. They're shitty little rape and murder towns. A lot of people are under the misconception that, oh, it's Disney World, it's all beautiful and lovely. I just had a friend of mine who moved out of Florida because she quickly realized what a shithole Hernando County is. And again, I'm not bashing this county because I'll say it, there's places in the county that are great. You go to other sides of the county, and what's the name of that road over there, Michelle? Every town's got one. It's Martin Luther King Boulevard, and then if you go down Martin Luther King Boulevard, you know the type of neighborhood you're in just by the name of the road, and then you have Twig Street. You don't want to find yourself on Twig Street. It's one way in, one way out. It's just a real bad neighborhood. The whole area right there is a real bad neighborhood. I call it Boogieville, but that's because I'm just a dick. Anyway. But it just goes to show you that, a lot of this shit goes on in Florida. It's not just Manatee. Here's another one. A man shot and killed in Bradenton. Police are investigating a shooting that left a Bradenton man dead Tuesday afternoon. According to the police, Carl Tuxford, 38, was shot and killed near English Street East and 12th Avenue East just before 1 p.m. Police saying Tuxford was in his car when he was shot. They aren't sure whether he was the driver or the passenger. Investigators are now looking for a dark-colored SUV that was seen leaving the area. No one has been taken into custody, and officials are not releasing have not released any information about a suspect. More information is to be released as it comes available. Well, there you go. Let me see. I'll scroll out on the map, and that's pretty much just south of where the dead body was found, right on the other side of the Manatee River. Not a nice area. Not a nice area at all. That's Palmetto, Bradenton, Sarasota area. It's all an ugly, ugly place. I've said it. I don't know if the stats are true, but, Hillsborough County at one point was the murder capital of the world. More murders happened in Hillsborough County at one point than they did all over the place. All right, so we got, what the hell is this? How did I come across this? All right. I'm not sure how I come across this. Oh, it's on their main page. All right, so according to Bay News 9, got a dog show coming. Cold weather, colder in the Bay Area. All right, that's just the main page where I got all that shit from. All right, so what do we got here? I got a few stories here, and this goes for local news. Hernando County Air Unit aids in capture of aggravated battery suspect. The woman was severely beaten. Late Saturday evening, deputies received information that an aggravated battery occurred at an address on Lowell Avenue. Sounds like Lowell Avenue, New York. Upon arrival, deputies made contact with the victim, Brittany White, who claimed that her boyfriend accused her of cheating and proceeded to beat her. She said that she was doing laundry inside her home when 32-year-old Stephen Joseph Fisher began punching her and then slammed her face into the bathroom sink while attempting to call 911 with her telephone. But Fisher grabbed it out of her hand and smashed it on the ground. Fisher then proceeded to push White on the ground, where he continued to kick and punch her. Well, this is going to go under the piece of shit of the day. This guy is a real fucking winner. Hopefully they put him in general population. Everybody figures out who he is, and they beat the shit out of him. It's not clear how law enforcement was notified of the incident, but within minutes of the call, numerous deputies swarmed the area and established a perimeter. A canine unit began tracking in a dry retention pond where they believe the suspect may be hiding among the trees and brush. With time running out on a successful track, deputies called in an air unit to pass over the area, hoping to locate the suspect with the FLIR camera, a forward-looking infrared. It's a thermal imaging device that picks up your heat signature at night. You can't hide from that. You can't even hide in your house, under a tree. It doesn't matter where you are. Your ass is busted. It didn't take long for the air units to arrive on scene, and they detected something in the backyard of a nearby residence. Deputies quickly moved in, arrested Fisher without further incident. He is charged with aggravated battery, tampering with a witness, and remains in Hernando County's custody, held on a $20,000 bond. Fire rescue was called to the scene and treated Mrs. White with lacerations over the eye and severe bruise to her face. How much you want to bet she takes him back? I'd be willing to bet the minute he gets out of jail, "I love you, baby. Please accept my apologies," as most women do. Maybe not most, but a few that I know. And this one goes on to say that we're under freeze warnings tonight. National Weather Service has issued freeze warnings for Hernando County from 1 a.m. Tuesday night until 9 a.m. Wednesday morning. Temperatures are expected to fall between 26 and 28 degrees. It's going to be a cold son of a bitch here in Hernando County, which brings me to my next point. If you have animals, whether they're outside animals or not, it is cold. 26 degrees, even 28 degrees is cold to the animals. Horses, cows, I don't give a shit what kind of animal it is. They need shelter. That is cold. If you have cats that are outside cats, bring them in. It's not fair to the animals for them to be left out. Let's try and put you in a cage or stick a leash around your neck, tie you to a tree in the backyard. I don't give a shit how much clothes you have on. By morning, you will be frozen to death. Don't be a douchebag. Bring your animals in. Save their lives. And you never know, one day they might save yours. Now, another story from Hernando County. A man brutally attacked for waking up snoring wife. Okay. Sheriff's deputies responded to the 6500 block of Nebula Street Saturday after reports... Okay, this goes back to Saturday, but that's all right. After the reports of... Hold on. After reports of a domestic disturbance. Upon their arrival, deputies spoke to the victim, Daniel Bassett, who stated that his wife, Danielle Bassett, boy oh boy, Daniel and Danielle, okie dokie, was snoring too loud, so he tried to wake her up. When she awoke, she grabbed her husband by his genitals and pulled them down, then began punching and scratching in his chest area. Daniel managed to escape his wife's grasp and fled to the family room where the children were present. Danielle followed close behind and tried pulling Daniel's shorts down, according to the child's testimony. Oh my God, this one's a real fucking winner too. During the interview with deputies, Danielle, who appeared to be intoxicated, said she was just defending herself from her husband, who was choking her. She further stated that all his injuries were the result of her defending herself. Based on the evidence and the victim's testimony and the witness's testimony, Danielle Bassett was arrested and charged with domestic battery. She's currently free on $7,500 bond. I bet you he took her back too. That goes on a lot here in this state. Domestic battery is a big deal here. Okay, so now this one's quite interesting. It says, and I'll just read the headline that we got here. A man's wandering eyes lead to a vicious piggy bank attack. So you got your ass beat with a piggy bank. Spring Hill woman faces an aggravated battery charge after a domestic dispute led to her breaking the bank over her husband's head. According to reports, on Saturday, January 10th, deputies responded to 13143 Drysdale Street. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. After reports of a domestic battery between husband and wife. Upon their arrival, deputies made contact with the victim, John Derbyshire, who stated that his wife, Denise Derbyshire, accused him of having wandering eyes and then pushed him into the ground. While on the ground, Denise retrieved a porcelain piggy bank and smashed it over her husband's head. How interesting. How interesting. That is pretty funny, I gotta tell you. I don't even know what to say to that one, to be honest with you. And because if you've seen this chick, you'd be looking other ways too. Anyway, it goes on to say deputies responded to the couple's home located on 3309 Landover Boulevard, where they made contact with Denise. During the interview, Denise stated, "I'm stupid. I struck my husband over the head with a child's bank." At that time, Denise handed deputies a plastic bag with multiple pieces of the bank inside. Denise explained that she was afraid her husband was going to leave her and that he never touched her during the dispute. She was arrested and taken into the custody. She is currently free on $250,000 bond. I don't understand why some of these get $2,500, some get $250. That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't get that. Let me light a cigarette here while we're bullshitting. And you know what? This is the perfect time to throw up a commercial break. What do we say here? Yeah, those look good. All right, guys. We'll be right back. You're listening to Talk Shit Radio Network. I've actually got 3 commercials. One is my good friend with the AC company again. So stick with me. Talk Shit Radio Network. We'll be right back.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states.
Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-260-5460. That's 800-260-5460.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals, too. Call right now. Operators are standing by. 800-506-8319. 800-506-8319. 800-506-8319. That's 800-506-8319.
And with the weather as cold as it's getting, if you're having heat problems in your home, you can call AC Magic Heating and Air Conditioning. They're located at 13440 Chambord Street, Brooksville, Florida, 34613. Their phone number is 556-5212. That's 352-556-5212. And again, if you're having problems with your heat and AC, with the weather dropping and the temperatures getting as cold as they are, please give AC Magic Heating and Air a call. Hey, welcome back to Talk Shit Radio Network, everyone. All right, so we were just talking about how Mrs. What's-Her-Face here, Derbyshire, has broke the bank over her husband's back. I don't understand people sometimes. I really don't. It is a really fucked up thing that domestic battery goes on as often as it does. It goes on a lot more than people realize. And here in Florida, domestic battery is real serious because let's just say, Michelle and I got into a fight. And she punched me in the face 30 times. But I didn't have any marks on my face. And then I just, pushed her and scratched her face to defend myself. Guess who's going to jail? Me. Correct, sweetheart. I got Angie in the background going, you! So now let's say the shoe was on the other foot. And Michelle pushed me away to defend herself. Michelle would go to jail, even though I was the aggressor in the situation. So before you call the police on your spouse, make sure it's what you want, because somebody's going to jail. And from what I understand, if one person doesn't sign a piece of paper against another person, you're both going to jail. So that would really fucking suck if you both got drugged down to the sheriff's department, and it's not even like you're going to the police station. You're going straight to the jail. You'll sit in booking for about, 24 hours. No, I'm just kidding. Probably about 4 or 5 hours. Probably the longest 5 hours of your fucking life. And then they're going to take you in the back into general population and stick you with the pedophiles, the murderers, the rapists, the dirtbags, I said murderers already. But anyway. All right. So this one actually, I actually know one of the dudes in this story. Not that I know him. I met him one night, and he saved one of his buddies' asses from getting beat up. But it was, I'm sorry. Anyway, anyway, we'll just get right into the show, into the story here. A late-night burglary attempt may not have been an attempt at all, according to the two suspects caught prowling near a residence on Tyrone Circle earlier this month. This happened on January 7th, so it's going back a little bit. But the story is an interesting story because according to officials, just before midnight on January 7th, deputies responded to 442 Tyrone Circle after reports of a possible burglary. And hold on one sec, folks. I'm sorry, I lost my place. All right, so, yeah, whatever. All right, so, let's see. According to officials, just before midnight on the 7th, possible burglary in progress. Okay, that's where we were, on Tyrone Circle. Upon the arrival, let me get that open there. Upon the arrival of deputies, deputies located 3 suspects in the backyard of a residence and quickly apprehended 2 of them. The third one fled on foot and has yet been identified. At first appearance, deputies believed they had captured the suspects moment before they made entry into the residence. Just a few steps away from where they were arrested, a window screen had been removed and was lying up against the wall. Let me light a cigarette. Hold on. All right. But there's more to the story that meets the eye, says the 2 suspects. 26-year-old John Joseph Rispoli and 33-year-old Robin Dwayne Nelson. Both men adamantly, denied attempting to perpetrate a burglary. Rather, they say, it was a scheduled attempt to collect payment for a drug debt. And I'll read that again. It was a scheduled attempt to collect payment for a drug debt. In fact, the window screen found lying against the wall was removed in advance on their arrival by the homeowner, Brian Greer. According to statements by both Rispoli and Nelson, Rispoli says Greer is a baser who don't pay people, and that he was there to make sure didn't get beat up, okay, or killed. The plan was to tap on the window so they didn't wake Greer's roommate, says Rispoli. When investigators turned their attentions to Greer, he initially denied knowing the suspects, but then changed his story and said he did know Nelson. However, he refused to provide a written statement. Greer also denied owing anyone money or removing the window screen prior to the suspect's arrival. Forensic team dusted the window screen, but none of the suspect's fingerprints were discovered. At the conclusion of the investigation, detectives charged Rispoli and Nelson with burglary of an occupied dwelling and transported them to Hernando County Jail. Both suspects are currently free on bond. I gotta tell you, that is something you just don't tell the police officers. No matter what the fucking deal is, you don't tell them that you were there to collect on a drug deal. Lucky for them, didn't find any drugs. Now, I know the two suspects, well, the one suspect, and I know the one, I probably know who it was that threw or who ran away. And if my suspicions are correct, he ran away with the drugs. Motherfucker is fast, that's all I gotta say. Anyway, well, that's all I got for local news, but I do want to talk about the stress that I went through today. I started a new position working today, and it's been probably, 5 years, 6 years, going on 6 years since I've done anything like this. I'm back into trucking. Not working for any logistics company. I used to own All Phase Auto Transport and All Phase Logistics located here in Florida. Now, I know you've heard me say my buddy John owns All Phase Logistics. His is the original All Phase Logistics in New York. Mine was what we call a cheap imitation. So I started working with this trucking company, and I got to tell you, man, the stress that I went through today, just trying to reacclimate myself, was unbelievable. And then I came home, and I make it no secret that I have a modeling agency that I run. My models make anywhere from $10,000 a month or more. And that's all depending on how much you work and how willing you are to work. But I helped one of my models tonight. Sorry, I'm smoking. I helped one of my models sign up and finish her profile. And I know why now. A lot of these girls, and guys for that matter, because I've got guys and girls that work for me, don't finish their profile. First of all, you get a confirmation email, and most of the time it goes to your spam account. And a lot of them probably aren't smart enough or want the money bad enough to go and check their spam folders. So that's number one. Number two, they are so damn, what's the word I need? Strict on their policies because they don't want any juveniles. So, they do a verification process of your ID. You have to hold a picture of your ID up and then take a picture of your ID and all of this good stuff. Then the questions that you have to answer. It's a long process. I got to say, me and this woman were on the phone probably a good hour and a half to 2 hours getting her profile set up. We're not done. We still have her friend to finish signing up and do the same thing for her profile. It was frustrating for her. It wasn't that frustrating for me, but I could see how these women get so frustrated and give up on it. Let me move my mic, folks. I got to sit up. It was a long-ass process, and I couldn't believe how long it took. But with that said, I got to get a few more commercials up, guys. Bear with me. You're listening to Talk Shit Radio Network, everyone. Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back.
Investing is a long-term process. How many times can you think of in the last decade that the stock market has destroyed retirement funds for people just like you and me? For your existing IRA, you need the security that gold has provided for centuries. Remember, gold has never been worth zero. Capital Gold would like to introduce you to the Home Storage Gold IRA. It's a self-directed IRA set up with all the protection and tax benefits of an LLC. But the big difference in this IRA is you invest in gold and you hold it in your possession. You can't do that with stocks. That's security. You can transfer any type of IRA hassle-free in days. Please call right now and learn more, and we'll waive the $500 setup fee and give you a free safe to store your gold. Call 800-281-4224. 800-281-4224. 800-281-4224. That's 800-281-4224. You're the owner or manager of a growing business. Hey, that's great. But to keep growing, you need to find the best new employees available. Finding good employees is nearly impossible, and job posting is expensive. At Catalyst 5, we've developed a fast solution to help you find great employees and save money. In just 5 minutes, you can post your job to hundreds of social media sites and job boards. You'll reach thousands of top quality candidates that can help your business grow. Plus, we even include a free customized mobile site to help manage your job replies in one user-friendly location. And we're 75% less expensive than the major job boards. Call now to sign up for free. Find your next employee right now, free for a limited time by calling now. 800-368-0123. 800-368-0123. 800-368-0123. That's 800-368-0123. Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals, too. Call right now. Operators are standing by. 800-506-8319. 800-506-8319. 800-506-8319. That's 800-506-8319.
Hey, the cold weather is upon us. You don't want to freeze to death. You need that heat to be going good. So go ahead and call my girl Danielle at AC Magic Heating and Air at 352-556-5212. They'll come out. They'll give you an estimate. They guarantee their work. They do quality work. They're located at 13440 Chambord Street in Brooksville, Florida, 34613. Again, that's AC Magic Heating and Air. I'm sorry about that. And the phone number is 352-556-5212. They'll definitely take care of your needs and make sure you don't freeze your ass off out there. Welcome back to Talk Shit Radio Network, everyone. You're listening to your host, Lewis Kennedy. I'm sitting here talking shit. And I got some good news. My friend who was down here in Florida that I helped pack up on Sunday, and she head back up to Virginia. She made it safe. She made it okay. She'll unload the truck tomorrow, and everything's good for her. So that's a good thing. Got about 5 minutes left of the show. I really want to thank everybody who's listening to the show. If you want to join us in chat, you can join us in the chat. The chat room's always open to everyone and anyone. I try to read what's going on in the chat room. I try to stay up with it, but as I'm talking, you guys always seem to talk about something 30 seconds behind me because there's a 30-second delay, let's face it. So, yeah, I try to keep everybody involved in the show. I'm working on getting them phone lines back up. It's taking me a little longer than I could. Tried to do it one way, but it didn't work out that way. So I just got to sit tight, and a few more weeks we'll get the phone lines open. You guys will be able to call in and talk some shit with me. You guys can go to facebook.com/TalkShitTV Show. You can check us out there. You can go to facebook.com/TalkShitRadio Network. You can go to www.TalkShitRadioNetwork.com. We're always, got the latest show up there, and I ask everybody to go to Spreaker.com/TalkShitRadio and check us out on there. Actually, it's Spreaker.com/TalkShitTV, and check us out on there. Follow us, and you'll be able to stay up to date on the newest shows, the latest shows. Looks like we actually picked up a new follower, and that's my girl Danielle from AC Magic Heating and AC. Thank you, Danielle, if you're out there listening. I appreciate that. Appreciate you listening in. We'll go ahead and we'll get that number up again before the show is up. Just remember, listen, if your AC's not working, your heat's not working right, we're in that time of year where you definitely got to have your heat going, and she's the one to call. She's doing really good with what she's got, and again, that's AC Magic Heating and Air. 352-556-5212. Go ahead and give her a call. Even if you need a quick little service, they'll come out and they'll take care of your needs. Now, moving on. Yesterday, like I said, I apologize for the show. I don't know what happened, folks. I couldn't get the fucking microphone to work for a damn bit, and it was really frustrating, so I finally gave up and just played a bunch of random shit that I got. Really, when I say random shit, it's from different movies that have punchlines and shit like that. It's funny, a lot of it's offensive. But listen, this is Talk Shit Radio Network. We are the most controversial radio station out there. Oh, excuse me, damn, that's a Coca-Cola. And I found my new favorite food. A lot of you might say ill gross, but it is ramen noodles with a can of Hormel chili dumped over it. Now, you don't use the seasoned packet; that might fuck it up. But you go ahead and you put the ramen noodles in a Corelle dish or a baking safe dish. Stick it in the microwave for 3 minutes. Your noodles are done. Then drain all the water off, and you put a ton of water in there because it really doesn't matter how much water you use. You're not waiting for it to suck it up. And then you put as that 3 minutes is going, you put your chili, your can of Hormel chili. Now, I like with beans. Some of you might not like with beans. Some of you might like with extra beans. Some of you might like with hot. Some of you might like it not hot. That's your own preference. Me, listen, we'll just stick with the regular chili. You dump that chili over your ramen noodles, and man, oh man, that makes for one hell of a meal. Now, last week, I don't recommend you doing what I did. I had like 4 of those in 4 days, and then I went to this event on Saturday. I had another 4 or 5 bowls of chili, and if the bird was close, I would have burned her feathers off. So, regardless of the fact, if you don't understand what I mean, then you'll get it. Anyway, got about 1 minute, 46 seconds. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Thanks to everybody who follows us and listens to the show. Again, you can go to TalkShitRadioNetwork.com. Check us out there. Chat room's always open to you guys. I'll never block anybody out of the chat room who doesn't deserve it. We've had a few of those circumstances where I've had to block people out of the chat room, but that's just because they got in there and thought that, it was their show and started saying and doing different stupid shit. I like to discuss everything that goes on in my life, everything that goes on in the world. So if you got some news for me, if you got some shit for me to talk, send it on over. It's KennedyStudiosFL@gmail.com, or you could send it to my personal email, LouKennedy1@gmail.com. Now, if you start to spam me, I'm just going to send it to my spam folder, so don't you worry about a thing there. That's about it, really. We got about 49 seconds left of the show. Again, thanks, everyone, for listening. I got a quick commercial I'm going to put on. It's 30 seconds long. We're going to end the show there. End it on a good thing. So, Talk Shit Radio Network, everyone.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson. Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states.
Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-260-5460. That's 800-260-5460.